Hi, this is Mr. Math Techniques and welcome to my channel. Last time we discussed about percentages and we have learned that percent comes from the Latin word percentum, meaning per, each, and centum, 100. And cent means 100, therefore the word percentum is percent in English. We have learned that this is the symbol of percent, and percent represents a number per 100 and can be expressed in terms of a decimal. So that an 18% can also be written as 18 over 100, and you can express 18 over 100 into a decimal by adding a decimal point after 18, and then transpose your decimal 2 places to the left, and that will be 1, 2. That will be 0.18, and then you add 0. Therefore, 18% can be expressed as 18 over 100 or 0.18. We have here examples of various numbers expressed as percent. We have here 13%, we have 15.7%, 138%, and 8%. Now we express this in terms of a fraction. Your 13 becomes 13 over 100. Your 15.7% becomes 15.7 over 100. Your 138% becomes 138 over 100. And then your 8% becomes 8 over 100. And if you are going to express this into decimals, you move 2 places to the left. So that is 1, 2, that becomes 0.13. Your 15.7 becomes 0.157. Your 138 over 100, so that becomes 1.38. And then your 8%, since you have only one digit, so that becomes 1, 2. So that you have 8, and you have another digit, so you add 1, 2, and then you add 0. Your 8% becomes 0.08. Okay? So that is how to convert your percent into fraction and decimals. Okay? Let's solve some examples then. First example is, what is 40% of 80? Okay? So either we solve it by using fraction, and the second method is using a decimal. So first we use the fraction method. That is 40% of 80. So if we are going to change this into a fraction, that becomes 40 over 100. We remove our decimal symbol and we change your off into a multiplication sign. So that becomes times 80. And we can easily solve this. We can cancel your 0 and 0. We cancel your 0 and 0. So that leaves 4 over 1 times 8. And so 4 times 8 is 32. Therefore, 40% of 80 is 32. Now we try to solve this using the decimal. Okay, so that is method number 1. And we solve the method number 2 using your decimal. Okay, 40% of 80. And we convert this into a decimal by moving your decimal 2 places to the left. So that will be 1, 2. So that we 0.4, and then change your off into multiplication sign times 80. So 40% of 80 is equal to 0.4 times 80. So we multiply 0.4 times 80. 80 times 0.4. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 8 is 32. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 8 is 0. And then we add, bring down 0. 2 plus 0 is 2. 3 plus 0 is 3. And then we count our decimal places is 1. So 80 times 0.4 is 32. We got the same answer. So whichever you're going to use, using a fraction or a decimal, in solving your problem, you will arrive into the same answer, of course. That is 40% of 80 is equal to 32. Let's solve our example number 2. What is 5% of 125? Okay, using our fraction method, 5% of 125. And then, that becomes 5 over 100. We change this into a multiplication sign times 125. Next, if we are going to divide 5 divided by 100, so we divide 5 divided by 100. So it cannot be 0. We add a decimal. We add another 0. 50 divided by 100 still cannot be. We add another 0. Can we divide now? 500 divided by 100 is 5. And 5 times 100 is 500. We subtract is 0. Therefore, 5 over 100 is equal to 0.05 times 125. Okay, if we multiply 0.05 times 125, 125 times 0.05, 5 times 5 is 25, carry 2, 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12, carry 1. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. Of course, you have your 0 times 5 is 0, 0 times 2 is 0, and 0 times 1 is 0. And then we add, okay? So we bring down 5, 2 plus 0 is 2, 6 plus 0 is 6, bring down 0. We locate your decimal point in your answer. 1, 2, so 1, 2. So that is 6.25. Therefore, 0.05 times 125 is 6.25. 5% of 125 is 6.25. What is 12.5% of 350? We convert this into a fraction that becomes 12.5 over 100. We change this into a multiplication sign times 350. And if we are going to simplify this, 12.5 over 100 is just 12. 5, it's 1, 2. Okay, that's your decimal, and you add your 0, of course, times 350. You have your fraction into a, so if you are going to multiply this, 350 times 0.125, using our long method, 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 5 is 25, carry 2. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 2 is 17. And then 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And then 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 3 is 3. And then we add. Bring down 0. 5 plus 0 is 5. 7 plus 0 plus 0 is 7. 1 plus 7 is 8. Plus 5 is 13. Carry 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. And then your decimal point is 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3. Therefore, 0.125 times 350 is equal to 43.75. Therefore, 12.5% of 350 is 43.75. What is 136% of 5?